How many use PayPal? How many people get the notice about PayPal? Well, evidently buried in one of the user agreements that you have to sign our new terms, and you sign it, you don't even read it. There was this clause that said, oh yeah, if you use PayPal for something illegal, I would assume like, buying drugs, scamming people, or whatever, we can charge you $2,500, and you agree. You see it and you sign it. Well, they came out with a little statement saying, oh, wait a second, we changed that. Now, if you do anything that's not woke, we can charge you $2,500. Well, they started losing money quick. Thousands of people shut their accounts off. And of course, did they come back and say, gee, we made a mistake. We didn't realize it would offend so many of our users. And we're here for you. So we're not going to do this political crap. We're just going to be your banker and allow you to use us so we can make money. No, they come out with the typical, the walk back. They walk it back. Oh, we didn't mean to send that out. That isn't what we really meant. The fact that we included it in so many documents, and the fact that we sent it out to 350 million people, oh, that was all just a mistake. And don't worry, we're not doing that. And it's like, oh yeah, how bogus is that? We see politicians do it all the time. Zuckerberg, how many times has Zuckerberg done that? And YouTube, where they've said, oh, they ban some video, and then they have this pressure put on them to put it back, and they say, well, we didn't mean to ban it. It was all just a mistake. Obviously, as we've looked at it now, we can tell it's okay. And it's like, oh no, public pressure made you change. So it's interesting that PayPal figured out that not everyone who uses PayPal is woke. Because they worded it in such a way, if I was to have a video where I say, I'm a Catholic, I believe in a sacrament of marriage is between one man and one woman, that could be considered hate speech. Because now, to those people on the woke side, you don't agree with them because they don't really believe in diversity at all. You don't agree with them, you're a hater. But it's one-way diversity. Diversity means other people accept some minority position on something, but it never goes the other way around. It never goes the minority has to say, well, you're living in this country, everybody there does this, so you have to get used to it. You can't just go, force them to change because of you. So, I don't know. It's just foolishness. And of course, so now a lot of people are going to be looking, and me including, I guess it was going to take place in a month, but be a good month to look for something to replace PayPal. And I'll admit, if you go on eBay and stuff, there's a lot of companies that only accept PayPal, but you can log in, you can use your charge card through PayPal and not have an account for PayPal. Now, I don't know if they see that and say, oh yeah, that's that Mike Kennedy. He said that thing about traditional marriage. Don't do it. But we had this other thing happen with the credit cards. Going to turn over the names of people who buy guns. And it's like Texas, I think, Attorney General said, we're shutting you down if you do that even once. You won't be able to use, I forget whether it's MasterCard and Visa, I forget who they were, but he basically said, you do that once, we're shutting you down. You won't be able to operate with your cards at all in our state, because that's a violation of what you're supposed to be doing. But isn't it funny how other countries need a government that's totalitarian to take over the masses and control them and everything, and we have all these tech giants doing it voluntarily, eroding our rights. It should be that when I go to a bank to do something, it shouldn't matter whether I'm black or white, whether I'm a Republican conservative, none of those things should be an issue. The only issue should be is if I can keep my account balanced and I want to continue doing it. But see, everything's taking on this wokeness now. And to go to some, I'm not saying this is the time for this, but one of the things in the book of Revelations, it says that at one time, people who don't have the mark of the beast can't buy or sell anything. Well, this is a tactic that we see being used now against people. They deplatform the financial side of their organization by PayPal or someone like them just saying, oh, no more. We kicked you off. You can't. We don't like that you're, getting funds for this. So you've lost all your banking privileges. And, it's like really slimy. And, Canada's even worse. There supposedly some people, they donated like $10 to that trucker thing that went on. And Trudeau had their bank accounts frozen. So you go to the store with your debit card, it doesn't work. You go to pay your mortgage, you can't. Why? Because you gave $10 to this organization, to something to do with these truckers or whatever. It makes you this horrible, horrible, terrorist person. And but so it's financial censorship, financial persecution, however you want to say it. And so, PayPal did it. They saw the results, and they said, "Oh no, we didn't do that. No. You can come back, people. We did. That was all just a big mistake." Of course, they'll do it later, and as they wear people down, people will agree to it. But I was looking for alternate things we could use instead of PayPal. But a lot of, especially if you're on eBay, a lot of the places only take PayPal. There must be certain advantages for different companies to only deal with one kind of funding source. And that's it. But I'm going to be looking around anyway and see what there is, what their biggest competitor is. I kind of did a search looking at it, and unfortunately, all my results were about the business. They were saying, well, if you have a small business, this one's better than PayPal. When you have this many people, this one's better, or that one's, and it was all this about, it was more centered on what you would use if you were a business, if you were a small business, if you're a large business, if you're a multi-million-dollar corporation, what would you use? But there were none for just saying, I'm a consumer who wants to buy things online. What can I use instead of PayPal?